minutes. Not because I think I'm going to be on here for 7 minutes, but because of certain circumstances this morning, we're winding up on the highway because we've got to go see Christina. So if you can tell I'm a little bit nervous, it's because I don't do well on highways, but I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like and try to keep calm. As my mother says, it's only 7 minutes. It's only 7 minutes. And we can look at the beautiful fall leaves on the way. Actually, it's surprising because I see more fall leaves here than I did down in the Amish country the other day. But we will head down to the Amish country next month and see what that looks like. My mom said, and I agree, it's kind of a slow fall this year. So, at least, how much more minutes do we have in this flipping place? I don't do well on highways, guys. I don't.
GPS wants us to stay on here for 40 minutes.
No, we're not. My mother is not putting me through that. But, to people that are out there, people do have anxiety issues on the highway. This is not something that is uncommon, as I have kind of gotten out in, on the YouTube streets. I found people that say, oh, I'm not the only one. No, you're not the only one. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just getting through it. I don't think that I could ever tackle, if I went down to Florida, ever I-95 again in my life. That is 10 times worse than this. But we're going to make it through this, and we're going to make it through together. And we're going to breathe. Or attempt to breathe. So I figured out, well, I'll go live, and I thought I'll title this 7 minutes, and we'll make it through one little bit by one little bit, and then you guys can look at all the beautiful fall leaves that we're going to see on the way. For those people that don't experience fall leaves, you can see them. Oh. But you're right, it is a slow fall. They're slowly coming in. Last year, they were here and they were gone. We had a really big rainstorm that happened, and it was like, after that rainstorm, it was like there wasn't much left on the trees. Remember that? We had a huge rainstorm, and it was like, so it's happening, but it's happening very, very slowly. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, guys?
2 more miles.
Oh, thank God. Look at all that. Isn't that beautiful? I need to get myself a drone. Look at that. It's beautiful. 2 minutes, guys. Tommy talks about 8 minutes, and it seems like a long time when you're maybe dealing with an addiction issue and you're trying to kind of get those ants out of the brain, and if you're craving something or you're dealing with an addiction and you're in recovery, sometimes it just takes 8 minutes. Go outside, go for a walk, do whatever you need to, do something, change your environment for 8 minutes. Hi, Temple. And you know what? It seems like forever. Like when my mother says to me, it's only 7 minutes. To me, it seems like I am going to be on here for an hour. And so when we're in the process of trying, hi Mimi's place, when we're in the process of trying to get through those 7 minutes, or as he says, 8 minutes, in order to kind of, if let's say, you're craving a food item and it's sticking in your mind, well, go do something else for 8 minutes. And you may find out that craving's no longer there. But for in the mix of it, 7 minutes, 8 minutes seems like forever. And I can tell you that when she says to me, I'm going on the highway for 7 minutes, it feels like it's going to be forever. And it's not. To her, it's just 7 minutes. To me, it's an hour. And so, one more mile, guys. We're going to make it through. Actually, I'm not doing too bad yet. You haven't heard me scream. And part of that is because I have spent time in therapy, dealing with anxiety and all that kind of stuff. And you guys have helped too. to help me through all of that and getting through it. I tremendously love the back roads. Just because I love looking at all the little small towns. And I think the reason I love that is because when I lived in Florida, there was nothing called a small town. We didn't drive in the country and then you were in the country, and then you were, you drove 20 minutes in the country back roads, and then you winded up in this little town that lasted for 2 minutes, and then you winded up in, back on the country road. So we didn't have that. Oh, guys, look over there. I don't know if you can see it. Isn't that gorgeous? We did it. We did 7 minutes. It wasn't, the nerves were happening in the stomach, but I got through it. But, I love going through and seeing all the little towns. And, downtown Fort Lauderdale was it was a concrete block, and it's a beautiful little downtown. It's a city. But when you're going downtown to some of these places in Ohio, you're literally looking at just these little towns, little stores and stuff, and I just love looking at that. So now we're on 30, I think, right?
It's a byway.
It's a byway, but it's not as crowded as the highway. But I figured out I'd let you all look at the fall leaves. Yes, Sandy, the fall leaves are beautiful. They are beautiful. That's what I figured out. I figured I'll go live and let you see the fall leaves and get me through 7 minutes. Which I didn't go quite live when we went on the highway, but I figured out it was a good thing to kind of get through. So I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. Whatever my back was acting up with is better, so it's not as sensitive. But see, like, all of that should be green, and it's not. There's it's almost like patchwork autumn this year.
Yeah.
It's like you come across, there's some trees that'll never turn the fall leaves, but it's almost like patchwork stuff. And y'all, I'm in shorts.
Pine trees in here.
Yeah, I'm in shorts, and it's 52 degrees outside. Welcome in. So I figured I'd take you on the drive down there. And remind you that on November the 9th, we will be doing our monetization celebration. I was thinking of that today and kind of thinking a little bit about, I know maybe some people that aren't doing content on their channel, and every single person has a channel. They just choose whether they're going to put content on it or not. That's the way YouTube works. But I was thinking, people may think, why is that so important? If you can reach the point where you've worked really hard to get to the point where you're at your monetization point, then you really...
There was a truck fire up here, but the westbound lane is closed.
It's a lot of hard work, and there's something to celebrate for that. And so, that's why it's such a big deal. It's a milestone within the channel. We did it within the first year, which I'm shocked. But if you don't make it within the first year, that's fine. Just keep doing it. If you're going to start and you're not sure if you want to get there, just do it. Have fun with it. That's the important part. They've had to close this entire lane because there was a truck fire up here. So I guess we're going to see in a minute, won't we? My husband, oh goodness. Ooh, I don't know if you all can see that. Oh my goodness. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Beautiful fall leaves in the mix of the truck fire.
Yeah.
I hope the person's okay and they got out okay.
Fire.
Yes. But my husband, when he was down in Florida, if he was with a friend of ours and they would go hunting. He had a police scanner, and they would go look at this and look at that.
They're trying to get over so they can keep going. It's a good thing we're not going west.
Oh my goodness, look at the traffic, guys. Woo.
We'll have to check on our way back to see if they're cleared out.
Look at the traffic. Oh my, that's just a parking lot. And you never see that on 30.
No.
You never see that on 30. You will sometimes, on occasion, very slow occasion, but sometimes you'll see horses and buggies on 30. It's very, very rare, but sometimes you'll see it. Yeah, but you'll see them. You won't see them on 30, but you'll see them crossing.
Yeah,
crossing over. Look at the traffic. Ooh.
Josh would be interested in seeing.
Oh, he would be all in it. I'm glad I got it. I can show it.
Yeah.
Hi, Bud Files. How are you? We're just driving, and I thought I'll turn the camera looking at the fall leaves so you guys get to see it. Because if there's people like me that used to live in Florida, they don't get to see the fall leaves. So this way they get to see them.
I think on the way home we could take 511 and then go home that way.
Yep.
We won't even take a chance.
Christina needed something printed out. She has this wonderful. She always calls, Mom, I have a wonderful idea.
And my question is, how much is it going to cost me?
Exactly. How much is it going to cost me? Guys, when they grow up to be adults, they don't stop asking, well, can I have this? They don't stop. And so, anyway, she said, well, we have a wonderful idea. So she is so proud of her little self, and I'm very proud of her, that she is a cashier at a grocery store. And she said, Mom, you can come and I'll be able to check you out. So you'll be able to have me as the cashier. And I'm like, oh, that'd be great. I'll go ahead and do that just so she can feel like she checked me out, or check her out, or yeah, check me out. I'll get it right in a minute. Haven't finished the coffee yet.
Well, and we have to be there at a certain time.
Yeah, so
That's her lunchtime.
so she's going to have a lunch break, and so she wants to go have a bite to eat, and so forth. And if anybody is looking for a great Christmas gift, I can't really come on with it. Not that she watches some of our stuff, but she doesn't watch all of it because she's busy. But if anybody is looking for a great Christmas gift, hi, Simply Kate. Go to Book for Anyone. I went ahead. Christina has always wanted to publish a book. And if you go to a Book for Anyone, I got them, and they'll write a book with anybody's name on it. And it became a book about her and Mocha, and she loves mystery ones. And it's the I can't even remember. Canine something or other, Capers or something like that, and it has her name on it. It has this beautiful picture of her and Mocha on it, and these stories about Mocha. And I'm telling you, some of it spot on. Mocha's wonderful sniffer, and I just got out of jury duty. Well, I hope it went well and it wasn't too long, but and so forth. And it's a book, and so I ordered one for her, and they said if you want a second one, it was a little bit more for a second one, and I thought I ordered the second one for her, and I figured when she opens it, I'm gonna run up and say, can I please have your autograph for Christmas? So if you all are looking for a unique Christmas gift for your book lovers, go to a Book for Anyone, and they will write a book with their name on it, and it's really kind of cute, and different chapters and so forth, and she'll enjoy it. She's going to get a kick out of it, but I will certainly show it later. But if anybody's looking for a Christmas gift idea, and you got your book lovers in the family, that's a great idea. My mom didn't get it at first, but when I started reading it, she goes, "Oh, Christina's going to love this." I'm like, "Yep." I have never had to do jury duty, partly because whenever I got it, I was usually the sole breadwinner, and I had a child and so forth. And now that I'm disabled, I can't really sit for that long period of time and do all that. So I have never had to do it, but I am thankful to the people that have served on juries. It's an important civic duty if you can do it. And my mom's done it. I know my dad's done it too as well. The fall leaves are beautiful, guys. Oh, they released us. Well, that's good. But the fact that you went is wonderful. And, you know, I hope that our young people today, and I'm not going to get any political views or anything like that, but I really hope that our young people realize the importance of voting and realize that if they want to change things in the, you know, their state and Washington D.C., they've got to vote. Well, that's awesome though. Civic duty, absolutely. I think that they need to invest themselves into understanding the topics and the and getting good, solid information. But if they don't think their vote counts, it does. And I hope that the young people of today get to the voting box and do what so many people, you know, gave their life for and sacrificed for the freedoms that we have in this country. And that's, to me, doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on, that's basic American, just basic being an American. Doesn't have to. It doesn't matter whether you're whatever side of the aisle you're on. But it's a beautiful day out. Absolutely beautiful day. We're headed to near Norton, Ohio. We're near where my daughter works, and we'll pass Worcester. I probably said it wrong. They very Pacific how they say Worcester, and I always say it Worcester, Ohio. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it that way. And so, yes, the clouds, the thing. Y'all would rather see that.
This is farmland.
Yeah.
We pass the trees on the other side of the
A lot of it's farmland. There's a lot of places up here, guys, that they've literally passed their farm from one generation to another generation. And on our way back, I'll probably go live again. I did bring some crochet stuff, but if we're going to go a different direction and we'll see more country and more farmlands, then I'll let you come on and see the fall leaves. Those that don't have it, and I guess because I grew up in Florida, and this was something that I didn't get to see. I didn't get to see this kind of stuff. I didn't get to see the change of leaves. It's even more special to be able to see it. Look at that one tree. Oh my goodness, it's like half of it's all different colors, that one. Oh, And you see them, it's like you never know when you're going to get one that's just going to, out of
And
nowhere.
some of them are bare already.
Yep, some of them, you see that whole thing all bare. And then it's patchwork autumn. That's exactly what it is.
This is the prettiest autumn since we've been up
Yep,
here.
I 100% agree. But see, like those trees are already bare. Correction, as Christina called them, naked.
Yeah,
She had never really seen fall leaves, and after Josh and I got engaged, we went up to visit his family in Georgia. Well, it was cold, and some of the leaves, of course, had already come off the trees. And she just looked at the trees, no, it wasn't. I take it back. No, it was October, and it was up here in Ohio. I take that back.
It's late October.
And yep, trick-or-treating with her Aunt Allie, and we came up here after we had gotten married. It was right after his cousin's wedding, and we came up. She just looked at me, and she looked at the trees, and she looked back at me, and she just sit there to, Mom, the trees are naked. Because she was in Florida. She had never seen that.
She was about 8 or
She was so bummed that it didn't snow. We've had snow the year, or I don't think this year we will. But we've had snow on Halloween. Believe it or not. But it's a beautiful drive, and I figured out I'll take y'all along. I totally enjoyed my conversation with Echo yesterday. It was lovely, lovely lady at Living Your Best Life After 60. And then tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern, I will be on My Other's Keeper talking about our cookie connection. So, yeah, that she was just saying, Mom, the trees are naked. So we don't call them off. We just look and say, see, there's a naked tree. Kids come up with the cutest little things. I'll tell you, they stick. And like right here, there's not a lot. There's a lot of tree leaves already off. This is a weird autumn. I can say it's a different autumn. Every autumn really becomes different. It's not the same. This year is different from last year. So it's a different autumn. Like when we headed down to the Amish country, it was in the 80s. And I was like, it's way too hot for autumn. And now we're in the 50s. When I came out and I'm like, I'm in shorts. And my mom's like, you gotta be crazy. I'm like, no, it just feels wonderful.
turtleneck on.
My mother has gloves, a turtleneck. I did
jacket.
Love the connection with the cookies. Yep. She's all warmed up, and I did go back in and grab my pashmina, my little it's like a blanket kind of thing, just in case I got a little chilly. I could do it. And my cousin reached out to me this morning and said hello. My aunt's daughter. I said, well, I'm here for you, cuz, if you need anything. Just somebody to talk to. Yep, the cookie connection is just so that people, like I tried to explain last night, I wanted to bring people in yesterday into being able to give cookie recipes that did not have content on their channel. If everybody understands the way YouTube works, when you go onto Facebook, you go send a friend request. You like a page. That's the way that Facebook works. On YouTube, the way you kind of do a friend request is you hit that subscribe button, even if they don't have content, and that's how you connect. But there's people that just want to have their account. They want to go in. They don't want to do any content, or they do private content where they can, like, let's say you do a video and it's long. We did that for Christina's wedding, where we wanted to share her wedding ceremony with people that couldn't be there. But we didn't want to make it out to all the public, but we sent it as unlisted, and then that way people that had the link could go in and watch it. So, or her wedding video, we did that, and then that way people could go in, they could watch it. It was unlisted. So there's people that have that kind of setup done, but there's people that said, listen, I'd love to participate in some of these recipes that some of these channels are doing. I have a great recipe for this, and I have a great recipe for that. And so the only way I could think about doing this was incorporating the recipes on the cookie recipes on shorts. And then that way you had people that don't have content, people that do have content and have channels that are actually producing content, because everybody has a channel. And those are going to be channels that want to do videos of their cookies. They can. If they want to do a giveaway in the video, they can operate however they want. They can decide when they're going to do their giveaway. That's all up to them. They just got to get me the cookie recipe. If they do a short for their channel, that will just send them a PDF of the cookie recipe, because all of those will be in red. The shorts you're going to see on our channel will have a green background. That way we can just kind of keep them connected. And then I wanted to take it further, which was then be able to have a Facebook group. So everybody that has a cookie recipe and has a Facebook group that wants to go in and start building those friendships, because what's going to happen is after January, everybody that's going to stop. There's not going to be anybody added to that group. So all the January, all the way through until next October, these people within the Facebook group can start building friendships and start making connections. Because it's all what it is about. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the subscribers. It's about the relationships. And it's about the connections that happen and those that are fostered. And that's what it's trying to go back to. Now, next year, after this is over with, if anybody has a recipe that they would like to share with the channel, go ahead and send it in. I'm not saying we're going to make each and every one, but if you have a wonderful recipe you would like to share, we can go ahead and put it in some way, somehow, so that it would be a great way for people to have a new recipe that they haven't tried. And again, you don't have to have a channel to do that. We will put it in some kind of video or something like that. Now, next month, I will put up the pumpkin cake recipe that we have. Guys, I'm telling you, you haven't had... those that don't like pumpkin pie love our pumpkin cake. So we're going to put up the pumpkin cake recipe. And that'll be something it'll be delicious if you're looking for an alternative. Hello, Grow Joyful Homestead. How are you doing? We're just driving and looking at the beautiful fall leaves. I don't know if I'll stay on here the whole 37 minutes that we have left to go. But you guys get to see the terrain of a little bit of Ohio.
Yeah, heading east.
And it opens it up for you guys to get in and connect. And that's all what our channel is about. Connection, connection, connection. I can facilitate that. I am glad to make that happen. And then when it decides to first snow, I'll make sure that I go live and show you all. So what is everybody's plans today? How many people get to see the fall leaves? Just got to get busy. Take care, Sherry. Oh, okay, well, Sherry, have a wonderful day. Housework and a long walk. Sounds wonderful. I got the blanket done that needed to get knotted. That all got done. I got the book done for it, so that's going to go out tomorrow. I got our pastor's blanket all tidied up, and that's sitting ready to be put in the washer. And so I got some projects done yesterday. After I got off of the live I did. I'm in California near the coast. Most trees here don't turn, well, or change color. Well, then you get to look at it through this way, right? Josh Lee, yes, last night he said he thought he heard thunder. I said, I don't think so. I remember last year we had a huge rainstorm. I mean, it was pretty significant. Or we had a couple days worth of rain. We had one big rainstorm that came through. And it took whatever leaves were on the trees, man, they were gone very quickly. It was a very quick autumn last year. I just love, I don't get tired of it. I never will. I guess because I spent most of my life in Florida with trees that didn't turn colors. Of course, my mother swears that we have brought her up into she'll say to me every once, you brought me to the Antarctica. The North Pole.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Ay. You don't want to hear me sing. Believe me. No singing. Look at that one popping up. Do you see that little red one just popping up through the trees? I always wanted to make the process on the fall algorithm. You can always come to Ohio. You're welcome. We'll take you. I've been to the wine country of California. Sebastopol. I don't know if that's the wine country, but I guess it's near there. And I've been to San Francisco. And that was my 2 stints in California. My dad, who was so excited, he waited. First flight, because from Florida to California was about 8 hours. And we were going to see my aunt. And he was on Naval Reserve training duty. And so we went on this plane. Well, he had worked something out with the captain. And he was holding us all back. He said, and I'm like, Dad, I want to get off this plane. And he said, no, wait a minute. And he waited all the way to the end. Now, they wouldn't allow you to do it today. But I guess because he was on Naval Reserve training duty and so forth. And so the pilot, on the very end, he said, okay, now we can go off. And the pilot said to me, he goes, would you like to come in and see the cockpit? I said, no, I want to get off this plane. And my dad was so bummed. I think he wanted to go look at the cockpit more than I did. I wanted off the plane. Oh, the first time we went on. Oh, I was like, get me off this thing. And we went to, did we stay on the base?
We got the very last row.
We stayed on the base in San Francisco. And we went to downtown. I've done the Crooked Street. Lombard Street. I've done that thing. I went to the downtown art museum down in San Francisco. And I've had all that. We went through all that. But it was, and I'll never forget it. My dad was so bummed that I didn't want to go. I was like, get me off this thing. I don't want to be on this plane no more. I'm done. And he was so, he wanted me to go in the cockpit. And I was like, no, I want off. I live next to, Livermore. Yes, my aunt lived in Livermore for many years. Never was out there, but I know where Livermore is. I just never went out there.
Well, she has 4 cats. And we're allergic to cats.
We're all allergic to cats, so we can never go out there.
She was helping out at a vineyard that year.
Yep.
So we got to go and
well, we went to her house with those cats at one time. We did go to her house and she had cats. I was able to take them, but...
Well, she only had 2 cats at that time.
Yeah.
But she didn't have room for us to stay with her. That's why we stayed.
No, I stayed one night and those cats went crazy. Oh, I didn't. They were like zoomies all over the place at 3 o'clock in the morning.
The Olympics, they used to call it.
Something. Look at that over there, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Not the truck, the leaves.
But that's a pretty old, that's like an old-fashioned truck.
Isn't that beautiful?
They used to have things.
Okay, you're...
Okay, Mr. Truck, you have the right of way. The right of weight.
You're going to have to go up a little bit more to see, and now you're not going to be able to see. But Mom, there's a car coming.
I know, I'm just pulling up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't really want to get hit by that car.
No.
Okay, it's clear if you can go.
Apple Creek Road. Or as our GPS will say, Apple Creek.
If you all haven't seen...
Bookmobile.
I've never seen a bookmobile.
I've never seen a bookmobile.
Bring the library to you. Well, there you go, guys. There's actually a bookmobile. If you guys hadn't checked it out, I uploaded a short the other day for Mount G's, and it is absolutely the most beautiful sunset with the fall leaves. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I'm surprised it is not higher in views than it is. It was stunning. Now you guys get to see some farmland. Now look at that tree. I don't know if you can see it out there. Just sitting out there, and it's a fireball. Right there. Now you guys get to see some. Oh, there's the pumpkins. Do you see the pumpkins? There's a whole field of pumpkins. Woo, look at those. Woo. See, this is the part I love. I'll deal with the highway, even 30, but I like to come and see the countryside. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, that whole section right there. Oh, isn't that beautiful? That is gorgeous. That is absolutely stunning. Just beautiful.
In the summer, these would all be cornfields.
Yep.
There's a pretty tree.
Yep.
This is a little bumpier.
My breakfast. Have my protein shake every morning. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
There's people in that cemetery from the Civil War.
My mother enjoys, you all. This is just a quirk you will know about Mama, blessed her crochet. She loves going to older cemeteries and looking at the names on the cemetery markers and wondering about who they were and when they were born and when they passed. She just loves it. I don't understand it, but that's my mama. This is my mother, who loved the minute we were in Florida. And God forbid there was somebody who, there was a place that was uprooting stuff and there was rocks. Oh, look at that rock. And we would have to inevitably stop and pick this rock up and put it in the car. If she found a huge rock that she loved, we would stop, and I always felt like we were stealing or something like that. We weren't. We asked permission, of course, but it was just sitting there going, oh my gosh. And so if we were going by, she goes, oh, look at that rock. And I'm like, Mother, you can't have that one. So, well, see, you found somebody else that likes that too. Sandy Wandy said she loves to go.
I have a rock collection.
Rocks, and I guess the cemetery part of it.
Yes. Well, when you're standing there at the gravesite of somebody that died during the Civil War.
Yes.
I mean, that's just huge history.
Yes. See, there's a reason behind it. I'll stick with my crochet. She's also the one that has the green thumb, because it's not this girl either. She tried. She tried really hard to get me into.
And Christina, and it didn't.
Nope. I don't like to. I never really liked to get my hands dirty. It was like, no. I didn't want to get my hands dirty. Please don't make me. She tried. Like I tried to get Christina. Yep. She said she likes to do the same exact thing.
Oh, wow.
So. And Christina was out camping. There's a guy who's grinding up a stump. And she was out camping, and my mother, we had to bring the kids an airbed because their airbed was deflating. And so it was funny because she said, Mom, I got a surprise for you. And she gave you a rock. It wasn't a very big rock, but she gave her a rock. That is gorgeous. Oh. And I don't care how much this video does not do it justice as it is in person. I have my sunglasses on because it's bright today. Look at those 3 trees right there. Oh my goodness, they are gorgeous. Three lined up right there. Look at that one over there. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Crazy street. I'm sure glad I didn't take a sip of coffee. When we finally are able to put my dad's trigger warning ashes, there's a cemetery that's not too far from here. It's the Western National Cemetery. Guys, for a small town, this is by Rittman, Ohio, where the cemetery is. For a small town, it is huge cemetery. It's a National Reserve cemetery, and it is absolutely huge. It is gorgeous, and so we made the decision from where he was in Dayton to bring him up here, and that's where he will be. But it's much more in the country than the other one was, and it was in the, it's closer. It was more in the city. It's a beautiful, beautiful cemetery, the National West Reserve. So we'll be doing that one day. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I hope y'all are enjoying the drive. Maybe people won't enjoy it, but I hope they do. People get to see the fall leaves and the different countryside. Look at that over there. Oh, just gorgeous. Just beautiful. God's paintbrush, that's for sure. Beautiful.
And there's one totally green.
I know.
Not even a speck of color on it over
No,
there.
there's a little bit. It's a late bloomer. It's a late bloomer. There's just a tad. You couldn't tell it. It's a late bloomer. But we're near Worcester, Rittman, Akron, up in that area of Ohio. Akron, Marshallville, all those kind of surrounding areas. A lot of farmland. Yeah. Orville, we're near there. Medina, all in that kind of area is where this is all. I recognize that road. A lot of farmland. See the corns, there. Cornfield would have, a couple months ago would have been different. That's for sale. I'll take that house back there. If I could, one day. One day, God willing. Look at that tree right there. Oh my goodness. Isn't it? Oh, it is stunning. That is gorgeous. It's like a big, huge fireball. Oh. See, to me, the only place for yellow is in this place. Not in your house. Not a yellow person. She is, not me. That was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful tree.
From here on, I don't know where it's going to take us.
And those trees out there, amongst the corn. There's somebody with some hay. Mom, there's another cemetery over there. I love learning about people too. I like to actually learn more about their life and different, interesting. Everybody has a story, and that's something else I said yesterday, is that if anybody has a story that they would like to tell, I think we all can learn something from each other's story and glean some knowledge from what they have gone through. So if anybody has a story that they feel that they would like to tell, you don't have to be on camera. You can, just not be on camera. And if you feel like you have a story, please email us. Our link tree is there with all of our links to the Cookie Connection, our email, our YouTube, everything is all there for easy access. And if anybody has a story that they would like to tell, reach out and we'll get connected somehow, and we can talk and see if it's something that we can have happen, because I think everybody has a story, and some can be more powerful than others, or it's your story. Somebody's story may not be powerful to somebody, but it may be extremely powerful to somebody else. And so everybody has a story, and everybody can help each other learn something and glean something from it.
It could be not necessarily powerful, but it could be encouraging.
Absolutely. It could be encouraging, powerful, however you want. It's your story, and it's important. And if you feel like you want to tell it, then please reach out, and we'll be more than glad to make that happen. because I really do believe that every story should be told, and every story is important. And yes, you see a lot of farm equipment around here traveling. Oh, look at the pumpkin patch. Little market. There's a lot of those around. This is.
There was a man from Sweden. He came over here. He couldn't understand why Americans were taking pictures with a vegetable. They were going to the pumpkin patch and taking pictures at the pumpkin patch. He said, "It's a vegetable. Why are you taking pictures with a vegetable?"
Well, that tradition of actually, and I put that as a did you know. Every once in a while we do a short that says, did you know? And we put an interesting fact or a silly law or something like that. And actually carving jack-o'-lanterns were a sign from, it was a tradition that started in Ireland. It wasn't what started in America. Look at that. Look at that beautiful countryside. Now that's beautiful. When you come up off the hill and then you go back. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's taken me a couple hours, but I finally finished my coffee. I have to have my coffee in the morning. Good to the last drop, almost. Spilled it, and then it spilled on the seatbelt versus my shirt. I would have preferred that. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
This road is always longer than I expected to be.
Waldsworth, that's another place we're not too far from. Letting you all just enjoy the drive and enjoy the countryside and enjoy the fall leaves. Connect with each other. See, this side's totally almost bare, and that's a crazy fall this year. You've gotten to see fall leaves. You've gotten to hear Mom and I chit-chat. You've gotten to see a burning truck. Boy, you've gotten to see it all today, haven't you, everybody?
Traffic.
Yep.
Cemeteries.
Whole shoot match today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And those on the replay crew, we really appreciate you watching. You're an important part of the community. If you're not able to see this live, then we appreciate people that are coming back on the replay crew and listening and watching and participating. We really, really appreciate it. We want to thank all of our members. We do have memberships. We do have our 99-cent membership, as well as our, and that's just a way of supporting the channel. And then we have our $2.99, which is our Blessed Disco Ball membership. And the benefit of that is that you get videos out early before the other members. But the 99-cent membership is the thank you very much, and there's no frills with that one. It's just a way. IFAQ. It's just a way of supporting the channel and so forth. So just we appreciate all our members, and we do have super chats and all that kind of good stuff now. So again, we just are so appreciative and thankful to those that are members and those that are unable to be at this time. We understand. We appreciate everybody that comes in and supports the channel. And there's Sandy Wendy just flashing those emojis. I love them. But, we just are so grateful. We want people to come in. You don't have to know how to crochet to be a part of it. Just come in and start connecting, building those relationships. There are people that are maybe dealing with some issues and they can't get out of the house much, or they're caretaking for somebody or something like that. And I was fascinated. I love a gentleman named Kevin Colby. He's very, very, if you're starting a YouTube channel, he breaks down a lot of stuff, and I've learned a lot of stuff from him. And I went back one day and I was just going, let me go back to some of his older videos. And he had something from 2 years ago that was put up. And they said, the gentleman he was doing kind of a stream with said, use the social media platform as it's supposed to be used. And he said, YouTube is not really a place that does much on communities. It does more videos. Well, that has changed dramatically in the past 2 years. There's a lot of people that are doing what we are doing here. The Lifeboat, us, Krista, Melinda, a lot of people that are doing a lot of the same things, and they are building connections. They are giving you all a place to make friends and make connections happen, and that is so important. And so there's a niche happening within YouTube that's community, and so it's changed because there's a lot more live feed. There's a lot more people that are coming in the mix and doing panels and doing all that kind of stuff and making those connections happen. I have some tremendous friends, and I made them through this thing we call YouTube. So it's shifted, and it's come about that's kind of happening within the YouTube community. And so it does help, it helps in so many ways. If you're dealing with a chronic illness, I deal with fibromyalgia. So if you're dealing with that, there's some days where I just cannot, for whatever reason, go out. I'm dealing with too much. And I can't go out for whatever reason, and so I cling to the community I've started building on YouTube. This channel, all the monetization goes to Mama. I didn't want any of that. I wanted just the connection. And even my therapist has said, and my family has said, you have a gift of gab. Thank you, Dad. And they said you finally have an outlet to use that. And there's days now where I feel like I just want to retreat a little bit. I crochet and I kind of retreat and I'm quiet, but I need a place to be able to talk and have that gift of gab happening. And this has provided that. The community is there. I know if I need somebody, I've got people I can call and talk to, and that is such a blessing. And so, lean into those lives. If you're trying to build a channel, go find the people that are doing live content. We do a take a break every day as a way to give shout outs to other channels and support other channels. And it's just to be able to help. We've had people help us. We want to be able to give back. We're in several groups that do and watch playlists for each other as a way of helping them out. And it just goes back to look at that tree. I think probably that's kind of my favorite. It's kind of like that kind of mixed of, I love that. Where it's kind of like half orange and half regular, and it's beautiful. So, you know, we try to help out where we can because we've been helped along the way. We never want to forget all the people that came beside us and helped when we needed it. And that's why we're where we are, is because we focused on connection, and we focused on, you know, just, oh, look at that one. That one's beautiful. That's a huge tree in the middle. Huge. So lean into it. We're almost to where my daughter is at work, so we're going to get off of this thing. I hope you enjoyed the drive here, and we'll see what it looks like on the way home, and I'll see if I'll bring you on and let you see some more fall leaves for those people that haven't had a chance, don't have fall leaves where they are. Thank you. Stay connected, everybody. It really does make a huge difference. Look for me tonight, I believe, on My Other's Keeper as I talk about the cookie connection. Stay connected. Thank you for having us covered. We've got you covered. And remember, be proud of being yourself because everybody else is taken. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye for now.